Hello, welcome. Happy 2026. Sorry for the delay. James is fixing me some breakfast and sort of wanders off and forgets some things sometimes. So, and I didn't want to eat on screen, so I really need to eat. So, one thing to drink coffee, but and even scooped out some cream, but yeah. So, I hope everyone had a happy new year. I did post a 2026 video, but the sound was really low. So the old microphone is back. So let me know how the sound is. Hi, Julianne Guthrie Molson. Hi, Teresa Howdellian. Julianne, welcome. If it's your first time here, it's nice to see a new name. And hi, Joji. Thank you. It was my birthday on New Year's Eve. Yes, thank you for the birthday wishes I got from people too. Thank you so much. It's really, really lovely. Snowy Owl says thank you too. Oh, my desk is still such a mess and I've still got to sort out so much, but I'm back to work on Tuesday. I won't be doing local politics or not really looking at a lot of Australian stuff, but if there's something really big, I'll look at it. That's just for work. Yeah, thank you. Teresa is listening while she's doing photo editing. So I thought what I would do is just revisit some of the highlights from my very, very low volume video the other day. I really wasn't up to redoing it, which is why. And it's not the same if you redo it. Thank you, Julianne. Yeah, I'm a New Year's Eve baby. So what I did was on Thursday morning, it was New Year's morning, I just sat back, I relaxed, I put on some meditation music and I relaxed. And I put forward a subject for Trump, and then I saw what came into my head or what words came into my head or even a picture or an image and went with that. So Trump, I'm just going to do some of the main players, okay? I won't do Israel or attacks or Ukraine or stuff. I'm just going to do a few people. Trump, the first word that came through was unraveling. And it was like a picture of him, all the thread, like he was in a tapestry, and all the thread was just being pulled, and his picture was unraveling and disappearing. Starting here, like at his waist and going up till his face is gone. His hand was outstretched, and it disappeared too. And his signature being erased. So I pitched his signature, and it was just like it was being wiped away. Okay. I looked at JD Vance, and he is stepping up to the fortune teller booth. And it's like, here it is. Here's my fortune. It's all out in front of me. And the booth disappears. One of those old-fashioned fortune teller booths with the animatronics and stuff. Hi, Robert Nider. Hello. How are you? So it was like he was stepping up to get his fortune, and suddenly the booth is gone, and he's like yanked back, I suppose is the best way to do it. Hi, Julianne, spiritual and chemi energy, alchemy energy. Hello, another Julianne. Julianne, is that the same? Is that you as well? Julianne Guthrie Molson. Are you? It looks like that's great. It is you, isn't it? Well, hello again, Julianne. So it's like he can see his future. It's just about to unfold in front of him, and then suddenly it's gone. Um, Stepping up, very fleetingly stepping up. Liz Cheney came to mind, and it's like stepping up, possibly speaker. I don't know why, but maybe reluctantly stepping up, but or being put forward. But I do feel she's going to play a larger role this year for some reason. Netanyahu, pretty much the same, carrying on with his stuff, but his wings are going to be clipped. Putin, harder and harder to find. When I pitched Putin, he was harder and harder to find, like he was being kept away. But there was this big thing of fog, and occasionally a diagonal thing would open up with clear, and you could see him peeking behind the fog from behind the curtain. So they're pretty much there were a few other things I looked at as well, situations rather than people. But that is about yeah. Mm-hmm. How about a read on Kirilo Budanev, the new head of the Office of the President in Ukraine? I can certainly do that. Yeah. Now, baby girl, what are you doing? You're showing everyone your pretty face. For those new to the channel, this is my cat Cameo. She is boss of this room, and she never lets me forget it. And you're a gorgeous girl. Aren't you beautiful? And yeah, she's shown her bum to everyone. So, all right, I can do a reading on that, on the new Office of Ukrainian head of the Office of the President. Now, just got to grab some cards. No, not those ones. Okay, give Mummy a scratch. Okay. Yeah, Cameo. Chaos can rule here at times, for those who are new. We went and saw the Terracotta Warriors the other day, and I've got a little warrior there. He's just sitting in front of the globe, the light grey thing. Oh, you're getting a good scratch, aren't you? Good scratch. Oh. The gentleman who is in the office, Ukrainian Office of the President, heading it up, and his name is Kirilo Budanov. Let me. No, Cameo just wants. Cameo's got fresh breakfast and fresh water. Daddy put it out for her. Oh, I was hoping to catch the first part of the fart, the fart special. That I slept in. Fart works. The explosive truth, and but yeah, but I slept in, and yeah. So I'm sorry I was a bit late. It was just, yeah, I got out of bed late, and then I was waiting. James made me some muffins, and I really did need to eat. I didn't want to eat on camera. Anyway, Kirillov, Budanev. What guides tell me about Kirillov? The star. He's a star. He is a major hope for the future of Ukraine, a new direction. I feel trust between him and Vladimir Zelensky. I think Vladimir is grooming him to take over, at least to be the candidate in his place. Ukraine has new elections. 6 of Cups. It's like shared. Oh, I do sleep late on a Saturday. Now here we've got the Knight of Swords reversed. So he's going to calm some of the, he's going to be a calming influence. Not that Zelensky needs a calming influence, but other people, like hamping down the calls. He's there not to take over, but to share, to help, to acknowledge. It's like Zelensky, I feel like he's there to be, you know how the older brother is handing the little girl the flowers, like passing something to her. This is the sort of thing I'm getting with this. I think that ultimately he will become Ukraine's new leader. He does have a little bit of a fault that he can sometimes want to get it done quickest way possible. So he does need a bit of reining in there. So this is him being reined in. But so as long as he takes he has to be careful not to let his military instincts override what will become his diplomatic instinct. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's a bit murky. He does have some faults with the need to be calmed down, the need to victory at any cost. King of Pentacles. Reverse. This can be corruption. But I don't feel like he's corrupt. So I feel like he's going to I feel like he's going to be very harsh on those who found to be corrupt. But the Emperor, I do think he will end up taking over, but it's not going to be a long time, and there'll be some, people won't adore him as much as they do Zelensky. Time will be shaky. He'll get through it, but I don't know that it will. There's going to be a lot of fighting and a lot of disruption. But, yeah, I do feel he may take over in the end. But we'll see. Okay. So let's have a look at what the month of January is going to bring to a few people, will we? Hi, Steve. Yeah, I don't know that. I do think he'll get there, but it's going to be an uneasy time. He's not a bad person, and he's not a corrupt person. He doesn't. He will clamp down on corruption, but he can sometimes be hasty and not think about whether this action is the best action. I think he'd prefer to get things done quicker then play the longer game, which will get better results. But I don't know, which is, yeah. Yeah, how is your mum, Steve? Hope she's going okay. Oh, 2 cards flew out. Now, I just asked, 3 cards flew out. I just asked Steve about how his mum was going. So I'm going to assume that these cards are associated with Steve's mum. Okay, they just flew out of the deck when I did. So we've got a few issues with making up your mind. The Queen of Swords, clearing some things out, maybe clearing up some things, and resting. She's getting older, and she's going to be, a bit quieter, resting more. Yeah, there's going to be, this came out reversed, so it's not so much indecision as Baba, stop it, as not wanting to deal with things. Okay, your mum's a strong lady. She doesn't like negative energy. She just get away with that. Not, yeah. But she is going to be slowing down and resting more, darling. Okay. Your mum dances, and yeah, she's a very active lady, but she's going to start slowing down. Yeah, and reluctance. Yeah. I think she's going to slow down a bit. Will your mum make 100? Depends when her birthday is. That I see her hitting it. Let's hope that's true. Okay, now, what, Bubba? May 23rd. Yeah, I felt like if it was in the first half of the year, yeah. So I think she's going to hit it. Okay, let's have a look at what January 2026 is bringing for President Trump. Tell me the truth, the whole truth. The unraveling has started. I saw that unraveling again. Wow. Lost, regret. I also get not caring, just not caring. This is his own actions, kicking over the thing. Yeah. It's going to be harder and harder for him to justify his actions, to justify things, and to stand firm. With the 7 of Wands there, his back is going to be against the wall, and he's not got a safe place to go. Yes, very much conflict within his inner circle. Yeah, feeling very much backed against the wall. There's conflict. Wow, definitely. So you've got to be prepared for conflict. Challenges is going to be back against the wall. You've got to be prepared for conflict. And look at this. This is at the base of the reading. He painted himself into a corner that he's going to find very hard to get out of. What's the outcome for January for Donald Trump? Celebration support. But celebration for who? Maybe a small win, but it's not enough. He's so focused in on himself, he's not seeing what's coming. Yeah, and a change coming for him, and it's a reverse change. So a reversal of fortune, I suppose you'd call it. And then the final one, which goes into this celebration, disappointment in those who he thought would be there for him, disappointment in his friends and in his messengers. Yeah, I think January is not going to be a good year for Donald Trump. How much of this is due to Jack Smith's? I think it's his health that's unraveling too. Jack Smith's deposition, what effect is that going to have on this presidency? Cameo. This is Mummy's desk. Don't try and suck up to Mummy after you stop to. Hey? Cameo's being a little bit contrary. She's got her trash thing that comes up, which means her hormones are playing up a bit. So maybe she's just a bit hormonally. Thank you, Joji. Yeah, it's a pretty normal thing. She is cute, isn't she? She can be very naughty, but. Okay, Jack Smith's deposition. What effect is that going to have? Okay. What's it going to tell us about past actions? Oh, the King of Swords. Definitely. That's him as the prosecutor, the special prosecutor. And he has a lot to say. Been embattled, but it's almost there. Some Republicans are going to try and cloud the issue, divert, say it's all fairy tales and things like that. This is an opportunity, but it's missed. Or not the right time. Hi, Sherry and Moon and Stars. Yeah, look, it's going to cause some turbulence, but at this stage, it's still not going to come together with everything to do much. So it's just, I feel like it's missed timing. At the moment, it's been done, it's been released, but it's going to be more like there's still another step that has to happen before it all comes together. At this moment, it's just not quite the right time for things to happen over it. Happy birthday, Joji. Oh, you're a New Year's Eve baby as well. Oh, excellent. It's so nice to have another New Year's Eve baby. Joji's my birthday, 31st of the 12th. That's so cool. What's going on? Yeah, so look, the stuff's there. It's not quite the right time for everything to come together. So it is going to have an effect, but it might be a while yet. Because, of course, those close to Trump will do what they do best and try and hide and confuse and gaslight. Let's have a look at JD Vance. What is January 2026 going to bring him? Now, I feel like your mum will get to 100, but she's going to be slowing down more and more. So second half of the year, prepare, But let's concentrate on getting her to that triple figures, hey? Okay, JD Vance. What can we tell you about JD Vance? Justice. Why that is at the centre of things, I don't know with regard to him. But whatever happens with him in this month is justice. What are the challenges? The King of Chalices. Staying on his challenge, going to be staying on an emotional even keel. Whoa. What is the advice? Be prepared for things coming to an end and a messy end. I feel like he might be talking to people about the 25th Amendment. But he a messy end to this cycle of his life. What's at the base of this reading for JD Vance? Giving and taking, deals. Yeah, he definitely he's definitely deals. He's definitely working to try and get rid of Trump, 25th Amendment. So I think maybe that's more celebration of Trump's could be this not working. What's the outcome for JD Vance? back to a previous time. I feel like I'm getting that same sort of imagery here. Like the little girl going, oh, the flowers are mine, the flowers are mine. And suddenly the boy snatches the flowers away. So almost gets there. I don't think he can quite get the vote. Why is it? Yeah, no. Hold on tight. I'll have a look at that, Bonnie Russell. Yeah. So it's like, no, he's going to have trouble hanging on to his position. Whoa. People are waking up and smelling the roses, and they don't think that he's up to the job. Again, missed opportunity. That's interesting. So yeah, he almost gets there, but then it's like he almost gets there, and then it's snatched away from him. Here we go. Now, that's seeming to jump about. It's just Cameo scratching her face on the, as cats do. You want some nummies? Hey, you want some nummies? There you go. Marjorie Taylor Greene. For some reason she didn't come to mind the other day, given how prominent she's been recently. She's not getting what she was promised. And it became clear to her that that would never happen. Let's have a look. Yeah, once it became clear to her that she was never going to get what she was promised, dissatisfaction set in. And she's not happy with what they offered her instead. Present, wow. Look at this. This is a dismantling. It's like an epiphany for her. But also, yeah, I think it. Hi, Aisha Sharif. I will be doing some. Who's the troll, darling? Yeah, she realizes that, without those promises, she's not going to be able to pursue what she wants. Yeah, she's going to come out on the wrong end. They promised to share stuff with her, and they've reneged, and she's not going to get any of it. So she's very angry. She's not going to turn into a Democrat overnight, far from it. Yeah, I see her retiring from the scene completely. She would like to do more, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, she's going to be left in the dust, basically. Will Mike Johnson call Congress back to session? Or are they on a permanent? Yeah, he will call them back to session. He doesn't want to, but he's getting a lot of pressure from people in his own party. They're getting a lot of pressure to start getting things done, to start making things right. He's backed into a corner. He doesn't want to, but I think he's going to be forced to. Yeah, definitely forced to. Hang on a minute, I've just got to check something. And there's going to be a clear out, a real clear out here. This is sweeping away things that do not serve. I feel like he doesn't want to, because I think he knows that if he does, there might be a challenge put up. Oh, yeah. The reason he doesn't want to, this cycle of his life coming to an end, I think there could be a challenge to his leadership. I don't know that a Democrat will get, but there'll definitely be this is why he doesn't want to, because I think he knows it's going to be part of a clear out and he might be ousted as Speaker. Will he be ousted as Speaker? Yeah, his position as Emperor or Speaker under threat. That's why he doesn't want to do it. But I think he's going to be forced to do it because of the demands. People asking their representatives, not just their state, but also their federal, and the state representatives asking the federal representatives. Like this, yeah, this is no good. This is not good enough. January could see him gone. He might try and delay it for a week or two, but I think he's going to be forced to recall it. Will she be no, I don't think so. I don't see her being charged with anything. Not for Democrats. But I do feel there will be some investigation into her campaign funds and things like that. I feel like it's going to be more in Georgia, and I don't think it's going to be the Democrats behind it. They might be back in power, but I don't think they're going to be. But I do feel she's going to be investigated. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to escape that. But it's definitely an investigation, but she's going to escape that. But yeah. I have a maybe going blue. Yep. Hi, Ron. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, my dear friend. Aisha Sharif, can you tell me if my sister-in-law, Akita, is jealous of me? Look, I think she's annoyed with you, but not jealous. Look, it's time to get over whatever it is you think she did to you and move on, because she's not jealous. She's annoyed at your you're just she's jealous of your looks, of your this passive aggressiveness there. She's not jealous. But she's getting a little bit ticked off. Okay, with this unspoken thing that you come out and say it's time to address what you think happened between you and just move on from it. Okay, she's showing an awful lot of restraint, my dear. There you go. That's Aisha Sharif. That's all I've got to say on that. Okay, so okay, who else has got a question? I hope you had a lovely New Year, Ron. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Well, it's a bit late starting today, so so let's have a look at some more players. I just had a look at Mike Johnson. Him not wanting to call things back. I do feel like his leadership is. I don't know. He did a full chocolate. Okay. I don't know if a Dem will get in, but a speaker. But there could be a new speaker. Will there be a new speaker at the House by the end of January? 3 cards off the top. 1, 2, 3. Or reversed. Yeah. Passionate woman, just too much. There's going to be it's going to be a woman who's going to call him out, and it's not going to be very pretty. Broken contract, so that's him. An extreme change. It could be a Democrat, or it could be someone brought in from the outside. Will Liz Cheney be asked? Will someone ask Liz Cheney if she'd do it? Yeah, someone's going to make the offer to her. But will she do it? I did see that she's going to be asked to step up as speaker, but whether she will or not. She burned her bridges with it could be her, yeah. Hang on, Bubba, it could be her. She burned her bridges, remember, with the Republicans, but there are still people there who know that she'd be still right-leaning, so they'd have a better chance of maintaining control with her there. But yeah. Hi, Jenny Penny. Where are you, darling? I didn't see you come in. Hi, Roberto Nida. I think I said hello. Cameo's sitting on these cards now, so don't you go doing that to Mummy. Shelby Lisa, by the old GOP, do you mean the ones who are more centrist? The ones who were there before Trump came in and the pre-Trump GOP? Will the pre-Trump GOP reassert themselves? I mean, a lot of them spoke out against him and then kissed the ring. So that's, you can't really trust a lot of them. But get off that, you noodle. It was before Reagan. Yeah, it was. I still feel like Nelson Rockefeller's influence is going to be reasserted. I don't know why. I've always felt like it's going to be a step up in his form of republicanism. Bush Cheney politics. Yeah. Well, the Bush train. But I think with a bit of review, I've always felt like Nelson Rockefeller did, put his hat in the ring for the presidency. He got beaten out, of course. I feel like there's going to be a bit of a resurgence in Republican circles of try and refresh, get back the real core of the Republican Party. That was, I mean, the right set in even way before then, but go back to pre-Reagan and look at what was working for them. Look at who were the standouts and who were pushed aside because they were willing to work across lines. I think it's going to be I just don't know why, but I do feel like oh, sorry, I have the wrong banner up. There is politics today. Sorry about that. Like a mix of pre-Reagan new. It's going to be. Is there going to be a clear out of the Republican Party? Spies, lies, and oh. Ron. Yeah, there's going to be a rethinking of their ideals. Hi, Vadynamics. Bless you too. So it's like some of these things they've been standing behind for the last 10 odd years, and so they're just not going to hold up anymore. This is directly associated with Trump because remember he got the same thing. Namaste. Wow. All this overflowing crap seems to be going to stop. So the relationships within the party, it's like there's going to be slice, 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 slice. It's going to be a bit of a messy time. Oh, yes, the AI. Now, Steve's asked about the AI and the effect it could have with damaging outcomes. Oh, yeah, I've seen it in, like I've seen videos of some of our politicians endorsing products, and we know they never would, but it's all AI, and it's yes. There is software out there that can break these videos down and rip them apart. Yeah, welcome, Vadi. Um, and rip them apart, and that's what's going to happen. It's a particularly unusual video or video. It's going to get immediately subject to this software. It does image searches. It does, things in cuts. The AI, they can be pulled apart. And I feel like a lot of that is going to be subject to this sort of stuff. So, yeah. What's the flock system? Yeah, so I feel like the algorithms and the fact is that they can be, the technology's out there. It's already there, and it can pull these things apart. And it's based on image search, background searches, where an image might have been used previously and things like that. So it's there. And it's definitely but unfortunately, yeah, people will do that. Interesting. Well, that's the thing. The software's out there. If it is AI, it can be pulled apart. So you can say, oh, it was framed by AI, and if you were, it can be pulled apart. But you know. Mm, mm, mm. AI. Look at this. This dominance is going to be cut short. It's just going to be Yeah, all these ways to pull it apart. Well, yeah, and it's always going to be. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Hi, Ash, Air shares, air shares. Hello. Um, yeah, we're just looking at AI. It seems like this is going to be. It can only go so far. Yes, you can ask a question. In fact, we might do personal readings now on. So yes, ask your question, Airshed. In fact, if you do want a reading, I'm going to head into that now. So if you do want a reading, please put your hand up. Oh my goodness, my poor darling. Oh. Two of Wands. Of course, with a lot of arranged marriages, there's strategies and all that. He had his doubts. He had his doubts. Um, I don't know if he is still around, but please talk to him. Okay. Okay. So please talk to him. Yes, talk to your father. You do tend to trust in his judgment. If you do not feel there's something right, talk to him. You might be surprised. Okay, Sherry. Mm. Three of Pentacles. Working together. It's reversed. Um, there's resistance, reluctance to work with others on a situation. Um, maybe because you felt in the past that you haven't gotten what you wanted or needed from working with others in the past. So Yeah, it's causing you some anxiety, the idea of working with others for some reason. But it's honestly, it's this is reversed. So a lot of what you're thinking about is it's it's not really an issue. It's not really an issue. I think you're building up um, scenarios and anxieties because of past experiences. It's not, yeah. So just take a step back, take a deep breath, calm down, think through, and logic talk your way through it. And then if you still feel those doubts, don't do it. So this is about an opportunity. So yeah, Sherry. So that's all right, Steve. Jenny Penny. We've got the Three of Swords here reversed. It's definitely time to move on, darling. Heal. Healing won't start until you take a step away from the situation. And the Hierophant. Now, everyone tells you you're getting this advice and that advice from everybody. But about how to move on from this situation. But that just doesn't suit you. That's not your way of thinking. They're all going for the indoctrinated type thing. Think outside of the box about what you would like to do and how you would like to tackle it. Um, it never hurts to talk to somebody if you're having trouble finding that first step. So if you need to talk to a professional, talk to a professional. Um, but never hesitate. That doesn't mean you're falling for the same old stuff. You can go to professionals who deal with things from a different manner. Okay, but they're still qualified. They're still doing things. I would, yeah. So have a rethink about the type of person you want to consult, but still make sure they've got the qualifications. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Who else would like a reading? If anyone else would like a reading, please just put up a hand there, and you can just put up a hand, or you can say card, please. Either one. Teresa. The Magician reversed. It means you've got everything there that you need to tackle a situation, but it's not quite the right timing. The timing is a bit off. So you need to be patient because this is a big thing, okay? And then the Empress. Again, it's another major arcana. So these are definitely calling on patience. But the Empress, um, now isn't the time tackle this. You've got everything in place, but the timing isn't right. The Empress, she's upright, creative, nurturing, inspiring. It's like you will know when the timing is right. And I feel like it's a little bit later in the year, not right now, but a little bit later in the year. Patience is going to be really important, but you'll suddenly know when it is time to bring all this stuff. If you try to resolve it now, it's not going to work. So be patient, and suddenly you'll see the moment. It'll be this is the moment to set things in motion, and you will be protected better than if you try and deal with the situation now. And it can wait. Okay, if that makes sense. Steve, just a comment on my personal financial sanity. You could light at the end of the tunnel. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you worry about things, and you can tend to go a bit extreme into spending or saving. You need to balance things out a little bit more. Extreme penury. Don't deny yourself something, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're finding it a bit hard to stand firm. You're finding it a bit hard to stand firm and keep that balance. So you've definitely got to find a way to either never spend anything, even when perhaps you should, and then you spend when you shouldn't. So you're finding it a bit hard to stand firm on that. Stress. It is really, really hard when you're stressed that you just want, think you can buy your way out of the stress or whatever. So it's time to step back, take a deep breath, and reestablish firm ground. You have to allow a little bit for yourself. You can still allow a little bit by still putting aside the bulk. Stop denying yourself, because if you deny yourself, then you go kaboom and you have this big blowout. Little bits, little treats. Even if it's, yes, you want to have a bit of a big spend at some time, put a little bit aside. Just find a better balance in what you're doing, okay? You could talk to a financial advisor. I'm sure there's plenty of people who, organisations who you might be able to consult free of charge, things like that. So, yeah. But don't go to those companies. They'll say, oh, yes, we can help you out with this, this, and this, and then want to sign you up, and you end up paying them like a heap. Yeah, you get things paid off, but then you still lose a lot of money because they take, Mm. Mm. J Cat Lady. The Hangman reversed. My darling, it's time to stop willingly putting yourself out there as the person who everyone, this is Prometheus, I think. And the Hierophant. Yeah, big changes. I think we've spoken about this before, is you taking on everyone's burdens. But what is the point of that if it leaves you with nothing? So this is Hangman reverses pointless sacrifices. Okay, it's time to stop letting everyone dump their burdens on you. Hierophant here. This is about institutions, learning. Take some tried and true steps and start saying no. There have been times when you've been left with very little energy or sometimes even resources because everybody else has taken that from you because you're so willing to help others. But darling, it's now time to stop doing that and start putting yourself first. Put your interests first. This is definitely institutions and things like that. Put your interests first. It's beyond time. And kick them to the curb. Okay. Big. It is really. This is the time to do it because otherwise, you're going to end up drained. So definitely start putting things aside that you would normally give to others. Put them aside and put them in a bank or something. If it's cash or whatever, put it in a bank and say to them, no, you can't take any more. Because otherwise, you'll be drained dry, darling. Definitely now is the time. Start standing firm. Over here, our nursing homes, some of them will, if you have the money, you put a deposit down and your family gets that back afterwards. They have to hand it back. They cannot keep it. They'll have some charges come out every year, but they have to be reasonable and stuff. And your family gets the bulk back every year. If you don't have something like that, you get an age pension and they will take 80% of the age pension because they care for you and everything like that. And you still get to keep some for spending money and stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Would anyone else like a comment? This is do or die time for you, J Cat Lady. Really. Okay. Well, look, if nobody else wants a reading, I think I might wrap up a little bit early today. Sorry for the late start. So I think it's after 11 now. So if you do want a reading, I'll just hang on for a couple more minutes. Put your hand up, but otherwise I'll be checking out in a minute, in a minute or so. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah, my grandmother had Alzheimer's, Shelby. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? Promise me you're going to start saying no, J Cat Lady. Eight of Wands, really, really quickly. Lady Dynamics, you'll take a card. Okay. Lady Dynamics, and welcome. It's nice to see new names. Three of Swords, upright. Yeah, look, it sucks. It sucks to be betrayed. And I think you're really feeling this thing that the King of Swords, this is I feel like the first words that passed through my head when I saw this was show restraint, because and out of control. So be careful not to let chaos reign when you basically call them to account. Okay. I think I get the feeling that you're the sort of person who will um, hmm, um, so this is your nature, but I'm telling you, show restraint. Okay, because yes, this is a situation that rightly angered you very, very much. Um, but scorched earth is not going to work if that makes sense to you. So show resent. Yeah, I'm not. I'm steering clear of politics for a while down here. We had an election earlier this year, and Labor came through again. It's the first government to get re-elected since John Howard, and that was like almost 20 years ago. So to be re-elected for a second term, so it's going okay. But yeah, because of my work situation, I'm sort of staying away. So yeah, show restraint, Lady Dynamics. Yeah, and the outcome will be much better. Okay, well, I'm going to head off now. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be back next week. Somebody's curled up for a sleep here, so you're an Aries. It's not a fire sign, but I feel like to me, well, that makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah. So, anyway, my darlings, I will see you all next week. And next time I do a video, I'm going to be using the microphone so that you'll be able to hear it all properly. If you want a bit of clarification on some of the things I said and you joined late, at the start of the video, I went through a few of the main things that I went through on that at the start of this live. So you can go back and basically get a recap on what I said in that video for people, not generally situations, but just people. Anyway, my darlings, I'm going to go now. Have a wonderful day. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay loving, and above all, stay laughing. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. Love you all. Bye-bye.